Hello Internet, I'm going to try something a bit different tonight. I'm going to try making a video of me doing some drawing. Now, with lockdown and the way the world is at the moment with COVID, we can't travel around quite as much as we used to or spend as much time out and about drawing and sketching in our sketchbooks, which is something I quite like to do every now and again. So I came up with this idea. I'm going to see if it executes well and going to go from there really. I'm going to jump on GeoGuessr, which is a fantastic website, which is a gamified version of Google Street View. You select your map that you want to do, so you can either do the entire world, just famous places, United Kingdom, or a whole host of community-made maps to explore. I'm going to jump into one of these. We're going to set myself a little time limit. I'm going to have a few minutes to draw a picture. I've also got to work out from that point that I am on Google Earth where the hell I am, and make a guess and see how close I can get. So without further ado, I think we're going to jump into a worldwide. We're going to travel the world tonight, do some sketching for things all over the world. And we're going to set it so that I can't move anywhere, so I'm going to get minimal clues as to where I am. I'm going to set myself, let's call it a 7-minute sketch. So we're going to have 5 rounds, 7 minutes of sketch. And we're going to see what comes out at the other end of this. So without further ado, let's see where we end up. Right, so jumping into round 1, so I'm going to have a quick look around first because I've got to try and work out where we are while I'm sketching things here. Can we make out? Can't quite make that out. I'm thinking we're definitely in Europe. We've got European.sk. So always good to look out for web addresses on signs. But this building here is interesting. So we found our first sketch anyway. We are going to draw the frontage of this building here. So without further ado, let's get started. As we can see, top right hand corner, our time is ticking down. So we're going to start off. We have got a building coming across this way. So I'm going to be starting off in pencil, and then we'll be adding in pen and all sorts of different wonderful things. So we've got a cylinder coming up. So always trying to make our drawings out of basic shapes, as everything in this world is made of. At the end of the day, the world is just made up of shapes. So we've got a nice little pointed triangle coming up this way. We can't see the roof coming back there, so we can see the roof coming down this way. We've got the roof coming down here. Right, so you can see already we're starting to build up our basic shape of the frontage of this restaurant building. This here said it was an Italian, so I'm guessing it's some sort of Italian restaurant in wherever this town is that we are. This building comes down at this corner here. So, and then it comes back this way. Perspective's not too bad. We're a little bit rushed, a little bit rushed for time here. So we've got a little arched window. It's got a square window still around it with this going around here as well. We've got a large facade running across. This carries on here, and we've got another building coming up that way, which we're gonna miss off the edge of this drawing for today. Which also has a little bit further down than that, has an AC unit hanging off the wall. May as well pop that on. Adds a little bit of extra life to it, doesn't it? Right, so this facade here has got little tessellations all the way along. Are they tessellations if they're on the bottom of a facade? I don't know. I'm going to have to investigate that one. I've just realised the background music isn't on. So let's have a little bit of music to ease ourselves in here. So this has got a facade running down this way as well, and we've got a facade running down this way. These have got little curved edges on, and then we've got a squarish window in the middle. That window's split into 4 for when we get around to that. And then above this we've got an interesting little shape here. It kind of comes up and across and around, down and across again and back up. So just enjoying my Thursday evening here. Sketching away, making a little bit every day. That's the aim, to enjoy ourselves, to make things and to do. We've got, about here we've got a pillar for this fence. This fence is coming across here. We've got a fence coming across here. We've got a bin, a very unusually shaped bin. Least unusual for around where I've seen them. It's got an arm coming up this way. It must be a assistant arms to open the bin lid. Then what else have we got? Oh, that's on casters of some kind, so we'll pop that in. Another bin. We've got a lamppost going right up through the middle of all this. What's the top of this lamppost look like? Like a lamppost. Oh, there. So, lamppost coming up through the middle of all this. Could omit the lamppost, but sometimes it's nice to include things like that. That's just going to run up through our drawing like this. I'll block that off. Zoom back in. 2 minutes left. I'm going to drop a thing on the map. I think we are somewhere down here. SK. Is that Slovakia maybe? .sk? And whereabouts in Slovakia would we be? We're going to drop a pin over here, so as long as we've got a pin down, it'll guess for us at the end of the round. But unless we've got a pin down, we might lose our opportunity. Alright, I've got 1 minute 30 seconds to finish this sketch off. Okay then, let's crack on. So it's got tessellations all the way along the top. Maybe 7 minutes with a bit optimistic. Maybe I want to have longer next time I do this. And then we've got elongated cut-ins coming all the way around. Which is quite nice and fun. Don't mind that. That comes out a bit. We've got a kind of a raised section running around here. And then a little bit further down, another raised section before we get onto this stonework. This stonework, and we're going to just pop in this window quickly. It's actually right behind the lamppost, but I use a little bit of artistic, license just to move it around that way. And then we can see we've got another window somewhere back here, just behind this bush, which we're going to pop in as well. This is going to continue along this fence, so we're just going to pop that in. And then we've got a little bush in front of this. We've got 10 seconds remaining. I'm going to be kind of sad about finishing this sketch, but there we go. We've got a set of gates here, which come across from a pillar here. Just quickly pop this gate in. And we'll finish it at that. Hopefully that's come out alright so far on the drawing. Oh, it's come out nicely. Just testing out the different cameras and things I have, and I'm very happy with how that result has come up. But we're just gonna, I know that the round's finished, but we're just gonna clean up a few lines here. There's nothing wrong with a bit of after challenge cleanup. I'm going to bring this down just to differentiate it a bit from the back, and we can see, wow, so out of the entire world, with hardly any information to go off, we found ourselves just outside here, Pod Bastau. I'm sorry if you are Slovakian and I am butchering that name, but that is the name of the restaurant we were outside. I went for the Kozite because if we come back into the street view, I felt like I just saw the K. Just saw the K, put them together and thought we'll go for that. But while we've just nipped back in, we'll just give ourselves a few extra seconds, just to get a little bit of this cool stonework going in. Just add in a few bricks just to remind myself when I'm looking at this sketch in the future what sketches are all about for me, reminding myself of things I've done, places I've been, and now places I've seen over the internet. What a interesting situation it all is, eh? And we're gonna just pop this brickwork in. Not sure it was worth going back to do this. I'm not sure if it's improving this drawing in the slightest. It might be because I've not got that roofing quite as well as I'd like it. Just add a little bit of a clue that roof is slanted. Just see it coming off here as well. So a bit of colour would be nice on this, but that's a future possibility. Adding colour, longer timers, all these sort of things. We're just going to pop in a little bit of shading just to give us a little bit of depth on that. We're going to bring this down. Got our fence coming here, so we're going to pop that fence in. Big gate post there. Big gates here. I'm going to presume that this big gate has... I know it doesn't have a driveway coming out as such. Interesting. And we'll just give ourselves a little tiny bit of a grayscale on this back area here. It just needs it. Sometimes you've just got to accept these things as well. Things just need to take a little bit of time, relax, enjoy drawings, enjoy the little moments of the day you get, where you can do a little bit of drawing, a little bit of relaxing, a little bit of decompressing from the day you've had. And there we go, we've got our first drawing. We were in Humane? Alright? Yeah. Humane. We're going to go with Humane in Slovakia. That's round one all done. Amazed I got within 32 miles of that one. That is quite impressive for myself. I don't normally do that well at GeoGuessr, but it turns out that time we are. So let's just let's title this before we leave. So we've even had the name of the restaurant if we zoom in a bit. Pod Bastal. This is where I need to keep looking up to make sure the dyslexia doesn't mess up restaurant. And we said we were in, I saw it before, where has it gone? Humane. E-N-N-E. Do you put the accent on if it's a capital? We're going to put the accent on even though it's a capital. And we were in Slovakia. So the biggest clue on that one, in terms of the country we're in, it's got to be lucky getting that .sk that you can just make out in the distance. And with that comes the end of the video. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Don't forget, be COVID secure in the current situation, but if you can, give them loved ones a hug.